Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is Shafaq Imtiaz, your biology teacher. I hope you're all fit and healthy. We were doing our third chapter, biodiversity, and we had discussed biodiversity, its importance, classification, hierarchy of taxonomy, and history of classification system. Today, we will discuss five kingdom system of classification. So let's get to work. In 1969, Robert Whittaker proposed a five-kingdom system of classification for all organisms on planet Earth. All the prokaryotes were placed in kingdom Monera. The dual nature, simple eukaryotic organisms were placed in kingdom Protista. Fungi were placed in kingdom Fungi. All the green eukaryotic plants were placed in kingdom Plantae, and all unicellular and multicellular animals were placed in kingdom Animalia. All the discrepancies left in two-kingdom system were removed by five-kingdom system of classification. First is kingdom Monera. Monera means single. So all the single-celled or unicellular prokaryotes are members of this group. These are the simplest organisms on this planet. As they are prokaryotes, means all the membrane-bounded organelles are absent. Their cell's outermost boundary is cell wall, which is made of murine. Murine is a compound made of complex sugars in combination with amino acids. Amino acids are building units of proteins. Monerans are unicellular or colonial. Modes of nutrition found in these organisms are autotrophic or heterotrophic. Those organisms which have chlorophyll are photosynthetic or chemosynthetic, and those which do not have chlorophyll are heterotrophic. Bacteria and cyanobacteria are major groups of monerans. Monerans either live freely as single cell or they are found in group which is called as colony. The colony may be in the form of cluster or thread-like filament. In a colony, all the organisms live together by division of work they do. Some provide food, some provide shelter, and some provide protection. Photosynthesis and chemosynthesis both are autotrophic mode of nutrition, but photosynthesis happens only in the presence of light and chemosynthesis happens in darkness. The autotrophic monerans present deep down the sea cannot perform photosynthesis because no light can reach there, so they have adjusted themselves with chemosynthesis to prepare food for themselves. Next is kingdom Protista. Organisms belong to all the kingdoms are eukaryotes except kingdom Monera. Protists are also unicellular or colonial like monerans. Some of them have cell wall and some are without cell wall. The composition of cell wall also vary among protists. Some of the protists have chlorophyll and they can make their own food by doing photosynthesis. So they are autotrophic in their mode of nutrition, while others don't have chlorophyll and they get their food from surrounding. So they are heterotrophs. Protists live in fresh water or damp places or marshes. They move or locomote with the help of hair-like filaments called cilia or flagella. Algae, slime molds, protozoans like amoeba and plasmodium belong to this kingdom. Kingdom Fungi. This kingdom belongs to eukaryotic multicellular organisms. Some of them are microscopic, while others can be seen with the naked eye. They have cell wall made of chitin, which is a complex sugar. They do not have chloroplast, so they are heterotrophs. Chloroplast is the organelle inside which chlorophyll is present. Fungi have a different mode of nutrition. That is, they absorb food from surroundings. They store food inside their body in the form of glycogen. Glycogen is also a form of complex sugar. Mushrooms, bread mold, and penicillium belong to this kingdom. Mushrooms are edible. Bread mold appears on 3 to 4 days old bread, and penicillium produces penicillin, which is used as an antibiotic. Fungi are absorptive in nutrition. Some are saprophytes. They absorb food from dead organic matter, like the growth of fungi on dead wood in the given picture. While some of them live as parasites, they absorb food from living organic materials, like growth of fungi on strawberry in the given picture. All the eukaryotic multicellular green plants belong to kingdom Plantae. They all are autotrophic, they have chloroplast, and they can make their own food by doing photosynthesis. The cell wall of a plant cell is made of cellulose, which is another type of complex sugars. They store their food in the form of starch, a complex sugar. Centrioles are absent in plant cells. Centrioles are organelles which helps in cell division. Brassica, rose plant, ferns are all members of this kingdom. Most complex organisms belong to kingdom Animalia. They are multicellular eukaryotic organisms. They do not have cell wall, and the outermost boundary of the cell is cell membrane. They are heterotrophic in nutrition. They take in food and digest it within their body. Animals are divided into two groups on the basis of presence and absence of backbone or vertebral column. They are invertebrates and vertebrates. Those animals which do not have vertebral column or backbone are invertebrates, like jellyfish, starfish, flying and crawling insects, etc. Those animals which have vertebral column or backbone are vertebrates, like fish, reptiles, amphibians, birds, and mammals.